Hi grade 8s. Today we're going to talk about writing a 5-paragraph persuasive essay. In particular, for this video, we're going to focus on two things: the basic structure of a 5-paragraph persuasive essay and how to write an introductory paragraph. Just a bit of background information before we get started. An essay is a short piece of nonfiction writing that communicates the writer's thoughts about a subject. It turns out that there are actually a number of different types of essays that you could be asked to write. I'll just go through a few. So first off, in a descriptive essay, you might be asked to create a picture for the reader. So you would be using vivid language and sensory details. If you were asked to write an expository essay, you might be giving the reader information or facts concerning a topic. For example, how tadpoles develop into frogs. If someone asked you to write a narrative essay, you would be writing about real-life events involving real people experiencing a conflict or problem. An example of this might be if you wrote about flooding after a major storm or hurricane. And finally, in a persuasive essay, you're expressing an opinion and trying to persuade the reader to agree with your point of view. And you can tell by the yellow starburst that that's the one we're focusing on today. So let's dig a little deeper into what makes a persuasive essay. First off, a persuasive essay states a clear opinion or position about a topic. It also makes use of facts and evidence to convince a reader. Now, I'm going to show you a graphic that is my attempt to show you the overall structure of a 5-paragraph essay. A 5-paragraph persuasive essay always starts with an introductory paragraph. This is followed by 3 body paragraphs. So here you see paragraph 1, 2, and 3. And then you always sum up your thinking in a final concluding paragraph. Today, however, we're just going to focus on one part of this, the introductory paragraph. Let's start by digging a little deeper into the structure of an introductory paragraph for a 5-paragraph persuasive essay. Your introductory paragraph will always start out with 1 or 2 sentences that introduce your general topic, but also include a hook. So your first couple sentences are going to tell the reader what is your essay about, and it's also going to try to grab their attention so that they want to read your essay. This will be followed by 2 or 3 sentences that give a bit more information about your topic. I should also point out that as these 2 or 3 sentences progress, they narrow in on your topic. They become a bit more specific. So they're getting the reader ready to hear the opinion that you're going to state in your thesis. The last sentence in your introductory paragraph is always your thesis statement. It clearly and directly states your opinion, and it summarizes the arguments that you will be making. So typically you'll state 3 main arguments. Then each one of these arguments that you mention will make the main idea for one of your body paragraphs. So we're going to actually model the process that you would typically follow if you were asked to write a persuasive essay. Usually, when you're asked to write an essay, you start with some sort of prompt that asks you to state an opinion. For the current example that we're going to analyze together, the prompt is it okay for someone to clone a pet? So, as I said, we're going to work together to analyze an essay on this topic, and we're going to start by looking at the introductory paragraph. Once you have your prompt, you would need to go through a series of steps before you even get started on writing. I'm going to assume that we're starting with our introductory paragraph because that's the focus of this video, so I've shown that in our series of steps. Now, whenever you start writing a persuasive essay, you always need to do some research to find out some facts and opinions and other information about the topic. Once you've done that, you're going to look over your research, form an opinion, and try to organize all the facts and details you've found into some big ideas. You're going to be looking for the big arguments that you think you'd like to make in the essay. Once you've figured out your opinion and you have an idea about what your main arguments are, then you want to write your thesis statement. After that, you're going to fill out a graphic organizer to organize all your ideas. And then finally, you would write your introductory paragraph. So now I'm going to show you the introductory paragraph that I wrote for the essay on "Is it okay to clone pets?" Now, I have to apologize for this. Don't panic. I know it's a huge amount of text to put on one slide. It pretty much violates all the rules of effective slideshows that I teach in media literacy, but I just wanted you to see an example paragraph. So don't panic. We're just going to read it together. So here we go. A recent survey by the Canadian Animal Health Institute reveals that Canadians are certainly a pet-loving bunch. Despite its relatively small population of approximately 38 million people, Canada is home to a staggering 8.2 million pet dogs and 8.3 million pet cats. Moreover, the bond between pets and their owners appears quite strong, with 95% of Canadian pet owners saying they view their pets as a member of the family. But what happens when a beloved pet gets old or sick? Even with modern advances in veterinary care, all pet owners are eventually faced with their pet's mortality. It shouldn't be surprising then that some grieving owners try to preserve a part of their pet by turning to a scientific solution, cloning. Unfortunately, although cloning a pet may benefit the emotional state of the owner, there are still significant downsides to this procedure. An examination of the issue clearly demonstrates that cloning a pet is not an acceptable choice because of known health risks to animals involved and the exorbitant cost of the procedure, in combination with evidence that cloned animals are rarely exact copies of the originals. For the assignment today, I'm going to share with you a Google Doc with a copy of this paragraph and a worksheet to guide you in analyzing it. Your first job for me is going to be to read the paragraph a couple of times. So that's job number one. Then you're going to tell me the general topic of the essay. So that's job number two. And remember, the topic of an essay is not the same thing as the thesis statement. Your topic is the overall area or subject that you think the essay is about. When you're done that, you're going to highlight right on the Google Doc my thesis statement in blue, and you're going to write one sentence describing the opinion being stated. And then last but not least, you're going to underline in the thesis statement the main arguments for the body paragraphs and then write them in a numbered list. When you're done that, just submit your work on Google Classroom and this persuasive essay assignment will be done.